What's up guys, this is Darkbblue. Now Saving Your Combat Experience project has come to Water Country. In this chapter, you will face two problems. The first may look a bit weird. In this chapter, mobs will become harder to break. In past battles, I suppose, mobs are meant to be a fun fight, but now things are different. And the second, of course, is Vholran. You have encountered him once, and I'm sure you had a tough fight. So how should we deal with these two problems? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's begin. Now let's deal with the first problem. In Tales of Arise, your penetration status is important. It has two functions. One is deciding the efficiency to break enemies. The other is deciding your critical chance. So obviously, to make mobs easier to break, you need to increase penetration. In Water chapter, you will have access to a new accessory, Impact Ring. It can greatly increase your penetration at the cost of decreasing your resistance. The cost is acceptable, so the solution is equipping Impact Ring for all 4 front-ground characters. More concretely, before heading off the village, eat a meal that increases ore gathering efficiency. And in the following rainforest and waterfall areas, you should be able to craft at least 4 impact rings. You can also look for an impact ring with decreased aggro for Rainwell. After equipping impact rings, you should find wild mobs easy to break, so these battles won't be too hard. Also remember to craft 4 rings that decrease incoming water damage. They will be helpful in Vholran fight. Soon you will enter the castle and meet a new enemy, this purple soldier. They are even harder to break than animal mobs, so here are 2 additional suggestions. First, maybe you used to make 3 of your members attack the same target, while Kisara attracts the attention of other enemies. But this time, make all 4 members attack the same target. And second, even by doing this, it still needs 1 to 2 seconds to break these soldiers, and this time is enough for them to fight back. Therefore, to avoid getting hit, make sure you attack only after their attack, and otherwise, only use double Demon Fan from safe distance. And next, you may want to make some preparations for the incoming Vholran fight. First, control Xian and use any mid-air art. This should unlock Tres Ventus immediately. And second, spend SP to learn a mid-air water art for Rainwell and use it in a battle. This should unlock Sub-Zero Confinement immediately. With these 2 skills learned, you will have more choices against Vholran. And next, I will give some suggestions on this castle exploration. This dungeon is very dangerous. You will face many fights with tough enemies, ranging from that purple soldier to giant monsters. But you will have a chance to explore this dungeon without fight after finishing this chapter. So currently, your target should be to get to the boss room at the lowest cost possible. And to do this, maybe we should break some rules. First, head for your target and skip any side exploration. And along the way, skip battles as much as possible. Second, even when some battles are impossible to avoid, you can still manage to separate enemies apart. Third, when separating is also impossible, you can kill enemies in this order. Animal mobs as they are the easiest to deal with, then soldiers, and finally giant monsters. Finally, if you really run out of CP, use some items to recover it. I myself followed these principles and succeeded in arriving at the boss room after using only 2 CP items. The next boss you will fight is not Vholran yet. You need to first defeat his 2 lions. They are giant monsters, so either Raining Slash or Kisara will do. I prefer to use Kisara, but you can make your own choice. At first, there is only 1 lion. When it comes to half health, the second lion will join the fight. Though I advise you to still focus on the first one and kill it. The one left will enter some enhanced mode, but it's still easier to handle than 2. This fight can be hard and cost you a lot of items, but don't worry, as Vholran will be easier. And one more thing, there will be another CP refilling point before Vholran, so you don't need to use items to recover from this lying boss fight. Now we have come to Vholran. Vholran can be a really fierce opponent if we don't use some strategies. He has two phases. You may have spent a lot of time killing his first phase, and then finding he still has another phase can really destroy your confidence. But don't worry, now I will provide you with 4 different methods to make Vholran fight a breeze. The first one is controlling Kisara, which you are already familiar with. Equip water resistance accessory for all 4 members on the field and hold blocking. Let your teammates do the damage. This strategy can be really easy to use, but it costs much time and many consumables. If you think this cost is still acceptable, it can be a choice. The second is a hit and run strategy. You need to control Xiang and use her Tres Ventus. Tres Ventus is a mid-air art, which releases 3 homing projectiles. Since they are homing, you don't need to worry about aiming, they will always hit. More concretely, equip accessory that increases damage for Xiang, like Impact Ring, and run away from Vholran. When it is safe, jump and use Tres Ventus. Vholran will keep chasing you, but he will from time to time stop running and rest, and that's your chance. Of course, this strategy is not 100% safe. You still need some experience and luck to totally avoid Vholran. And Vholran will turn blue and use an AoE attack in his second phase, which can hit every corner of the battleground. This shortcomings being said, Tres Ventus is still a good choice, as it is faster than controlling Kisara and costs less consumables as well. The third is yet another hit and run strategy. This time, control Runewell and use Sub-Zero Confinement. This is a mid-air art that releases attack at where the enemy is. Since you can use this art at any position no matter where your target is, it is suitable for hit and run. More concretely, use mid-air jump and repeat Sub-Zero Confinement. You may have noticed that there is an interval between when the ice blocks come into existence and when they collapse together. They sometimes allow Vholran to escape from the attack, so Sub-Zero Confinement is a bit slower than Tres Ventus, as the latter never misses. But Sub-Zero Confinement has a unique advantage. It is super safe. That's because after you use mid-air jump, there is almost no attack in this whole game that can hit you. For example, that AoE magic in Vholran's second phase, it hits every corner of the battleground indeed, but not every corner of the air. Though there is another attack that first turns floor into white and then releases several radius ice blocks, it can hit you, so remember to fall to the ground and dodge. You may wonder, why doesn't Xiang use mid-air jump? That's because she doesn't have this ability. Anyway, compared to Tres Ventus, Sub-Zero Confinement is a little slower but much safer. You can choose your strategy freely, or even try both. But before making your decision, let's see the final method, Stun Lock. Vholran is a boss. According to our knowledge, he can only be boost broken, but not broken. But Vholran has a special mechanic. He will sometimes be staggered, even it is not boost break. I guess this is somehow related with penetration. Though I don't have much proof about why, now I know every 2 boost attacks that are not boost break are able to stagger Vholran. In this battle, often Duhalim and Runewell are able to do boost break, and the other 3 characters' boost attack can be used to trigger this non-boost break stun. If we use these boost attacks frequently enough, Vholran will be actually stun locked. And to make it possible, the key is to recharge your BG fast enough. To this end, I put Alphen and Duhalim at background, as background characters have a bonus BG recovery speed. Then control Runewell and use Thunder Field near Vholran. Thunder Field can do many hits, so it's good for refilling your BG. However, at current stage, you are not able to truly stunlock Vholran. You can do this only for a limited time. And when your boost attacks are not ready, just temporarily switch to Sub-Zero confinement. All in all, this stunlock method, though still partially feasible, is very aggressive and fun to use. I was having a hard time in my first play fighting Vholran using Elfen, but now I have figured out 4 different strategies to make this fight easy as breeze. So feel free to choose the most suitable one for you. That's everything you need to pay attention to in Water chapter. Now if you like my story and if you want to join me into depth of games, just like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, see you around.